Hello. It's been a minute. Took some time off. Took this thing with me on time off. And had this one. I didn't know which was which opening these pouches. This guy, I was supposed to... Well, I was going to try to get it shipped before taking time off. Didn't get it shipped. I was going to have Drake ship it for me. And I just didn't. But I'm really glad I didn't. Because while I was on vacation, I had this one with me and got to play with it a lot. And one day I noticed that the spin cap was spinning with a little bit of a wobble to it. And I had a feeling this one did it too, but it wasn't in my hand and it had been like 4 days or something since I had touched this one. So while on vacation, I reseated the bearing with a bearing tool so I could make sure everything was very even. That's something I actually didn't do on the assembly of these two, because I use a slip fit with Loctite, so I just figured that I could slide the spin cap onto the bearing and just kind of hold it snug and then leave it upside down and let it cure and be fine. But I'm wondering if when the Loctite is curing, if it expands or shifts or does something to the bearing. So yeah, I set both of these again, but let it cure overnight with the bearings and the spin cap inside the bearing tool under pressure. Now I've had it had this one now for a few days, this one for at least a week since the fix, and both are just spinning, well, can we tell? Just lovely. They both have very different types of feedback, two different types of bearings, so it makes sense. Similar masses on the spin caps. I should also say, Shane, I'm really sorry I'm 2 days late now on shipping this thing out. I'm surviving, man. I'm doing what I can. I know you've been, very understanding and just offering to help. I can't thank you enough. So after this video, this is going in the mail. There's still time. So yeah, man, thank you. I can't wait to get it to you. It's a really, really nice piece. I guess that's the whole point of this video, so is to talk about this thing now. So yeah, it's got a blue tongue Damasteel. I guess I call it a pommel because it's, the bottom. And then we've got a titanium handle, a tungsten spin cap. I call it a cap because it caps on the handle kind of thing, it's a cap. And then I call this piece the spin cap retainer. It's also made of blue tongue Damasteel. You can see the bearing down inside. It's basically just two very asymmetrical button pieces, button halves. Got a handle side and a retainer side. Yeah. Really happy with how this one came out. The transition between the spin cap and the handle, I got the spacing, pretty even on the two grooves, I guess the dividing grooves, and so it just kind of, the seam disappears as best as it can for being two separate pieces. Tolerances are quite tight between the fit, so I had to be careful of what bearing I chose. Couldn't be one with too loose of a tolerance. Same goes for spin cap retainer and the spin cap. Let's see, I'll take this off. It's a very tight fit down in there. Even if you start going in crooked with it, you can feel the blue tongue try to catch on the tungsten on the inside. The spin cap here has been through the finishing works. So let's see, I mirror polished it initially, and then I was like, okay, I'm gonna tumble it because I love how tumbled tungsten looks. Tumbled it, and it really wasn't as dark as I would like it to be, especially with as bright as this titanium was after tumbling, which really didn't work out either, so I ended up polishing it back again. Which also got polished blue tongue accents. So after doing the tumbling on this, I decided to flame it and see what that would look like, since we had contrast with the silver and dark layers of the blue tongue. So yeah, I flamed it, and then it just seemed too dark. So I gave it one more go of polishing, and I polished the ever-living shit out of it, honestly. It's probably the most polished tungsten I've ever done. It's like really, really mirror polished. Like, there's still maybe a little bit of haze from the patina in the last week, but it's super shiny. And I left this groove, the inside up here, and this groove, and slight bits inside the divots black from the flaming. So now we have silver and dark contrast, just like on the accents. I just think it works out. I don't know, it just looks really good. Shane said I could experiment in color or do anything, but I just love how this one looks, being monochromatic. The feedback on this one is just, it's incredible, really. This titanium handle, the Acer Racing bearing, it's a tongue twister for me sometimes. But I mean, this thing just, it's got a really satisfying like hum and whir to it. And I hope that sound is coming across on camera. This one has crazy variation in the sound and tone and pitch depending on how you hold it. And it's almost just like it's not slowing down. This thing just goes. I'm definitely going to be using more of the Acer Racing bearings on Scepters, probably for my ones that I want more feedback on. It will be these. I think full ceramics are just too much. And on the ones that are going to be a little more muted, I'm going to go with the 1-drop, because it's just so dang smooth and has decent feedback still, even through the zirconium handle, which is a little more dampened than titanium. Yeah, I don't even know what I was saying. Got lost in playing with these things, honestly. They're, I don't know. I mean, it's weird for me to talk about them since I made them, but like, these are really good fidgets. Like, you don't have to think about them really to use them. You just kind of give them some flicks. I found myself on the beach recently. I was just walking and, thinking, and I was doing this with it. It just happened organically. It's something I'd never thought to do, but you get 4 little bumps from your fingertips hitting it and keep it going. Just really easy to do. I don't know, I've never tried it on this one. Yeah, works pretty much just the same. I don't know, I find that pretty satisfying. You can spin them like this, or flip them over. You get different sounds depending on, how you do it. I'm curious. I don't normally have 2 around at a time. Drake, my nephew, was saying I should make them to where they're interchangeable. It might have been Adam. Mixing it up now. I'm curious how this will do. And I don't think, will it? No way. I didn't do that on purpose. This is a new experience for me. So this tells me how the Acer Racing would be in this thing. It definitely doesn't hum as much as the titanium. It seems like it could be rubbing a little bit. I'm a little worried. I don't see any scratches in there. I make these for each one, you know. That definitely seems to be spinning more freely. This might have been just like barely touching or like wanting to touch. That definitely spins more freely. Dang, I think I need to put an Acer Racing in the spin cap. Oh, whoa. So now I can try this, right? There it goes. It is a rather soft feeling. It definitely feels better to me today with the Acer Racing. Yeah, that's just a little soft. Oh, I didn't even comment on how this fits or anything. I didn't even really look. I'm just thinking about feedback now. So this one has a bigger gap, you can see here. I tried something different on tightening the tolerances with that spin cap and this handle, and it was the opposite on this one. So it's tighter there, looser here when you swap them back and forth. But it's still swappable. Wow, that really feels a lot different. Okay, I'm also gonna weigh the different spin caps here. I just don't get to do this stuff very much. I haven't thought to do any of this kind of stuff. 29, okay, 28.7, 34.7, interesting. I would have thought this one was heavier based on how it spun. But it's not. Oh, look at that. I got a dog hair caught on my finger. Around exposed scepters. Who am I? Okay. Are we good? We're good. Sorry if I'm talking quiet sometimes. I'm noticing that I'm doing that, and I'm out of energy today. And it's only like 1 o'clock. Yeah, that might be getting an Acer Racing bearing, hybrid ceramic bearing. I'm not sure if I have any more good ones, but because this thing it really is just like, it spins so nice and just feels really good. Definitely louder, but not in a bad way. Got my thumb twitching. See that? Huh. I usually got really steady hands. Well, that might be about all I gotta say about this scepter, that scepter. I wish I remember what number they are off the top of my head. Yeah. Well, guys, thanks for watching. Maybe I'll have some new fidgets around here soon to show. I know I haven't posted a video in a while, but hadn't had anything and hadn't been here, so yeah. I'll see y'all in the next one.